apologize here. I tell you, I'm the world's worst here. Tell about your family again here. Just quickly, not as much as you did. The Paynes came here, 4 brothers came here.
Yeah, 4 brothers.
About this farm's what I was, yeah.
In the early days, the Tennessee people moved from Bull's Gap, Tennessee here, and my great-great-grandfather was a brother to 3 other Payne boys, and their mother and dad died, so they were bound out to my uncle, and he raised them. So my dad was one of them, James Payne, and then my great-great-uncle, Philip Payne, he was the one that fought in the Mexican War and was given this 160 acres of land by Franklin Pierce, president then. He went to Goldfields and passed away out there, and so my grandpa and the other 2 brothers heired the 160, and it was just all wilderness, trees, no trails. Well, there were some trails through there, but it sold for taxes at the south door of the courthouse in Ozarks for $37.50. It's on the old abstract, just showing that my grandpa bought it for $37.50, and then it's been handed down from him generation to generation. My dad was a school teacher, and he bought the other heirs out. It was about 7 of them. There's Aunt Easter and Uncle John and Uncle Pat Payne, and my dad bought them out, and that's how come us to have this Century Farm here.
Yeah. And now most of all of them buried in the old Payne Cemetery over here? From the very first ones, or do you know?
No. Dad's sister's buried in Hollandville Cemetery, and Uncle John was buried in the public cemetery, and the rest of them was buried in the Payne Cemetery.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They go back quite a way. And you're saying that Patterson Trading Post was really the first one over here instead of Pettijohn.
I see.
Yeah. Even though that marker over there says Pettijohn, I think that's about Patterson. And there's kind of just, you'd have to really look and see which of the 2 cemeteries are the oldest then, wouldn't you?
Patterson's here.
Yeah. Yep.
And right across the road west out there on the high ground was where John, this is a marker here.
Yeah, yeah.
And out here.
Down there below Rex's house.
Yeah. Patterson lived there. And that road curved on down to the river here. And Pettijohn lived down here, and Patterson lived west of the city.
Okay.
Now my grandpa, Williams, on my mother's side, I've heard him tell me that up there there's a series of Sackett caves up there, nice big caves along the river, right there close. And I heard him say that Mr. Patterson would go up there, take his hounds, and turn them loose in there, and they were bear bedding. And he dug a little place out towards the mouth of the cave and laid down in it with a big knife. And them hounds, as they run that bear out, and he'd run over the old man Pat, he would kill him a bear.
Well,
now, I heard my grandpa.
Oh, I know. I bet that's true. There used to be a lot of bear, lots of bear.
Grandpa
in this part of the country
told about that. And then there was some earlier settlers that came into this country by the name of Owens, Saul, Baker Owens, some of them, several, about 3 of the Owens were sheriffs in Greene County at different times. And
now that's Comer's family, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My grandpa Williams on mother's side, him, old Saul Owens, who were sheriffs, and they were pretty good friends. I hear the Grandpa tell me, he said, old Saul used to said, you eat oatmeal all your life and you live a long time. And Grandpa's...
How old are you now?
I'll be 90 in June.
In June, yeah.
1910.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you've lived on this spot here, haven't you?
Yeah.
All your life?
I was born here.
Well, I've been
Yeah.
in the old house that used to be here.
Yeah. It's on the road to Nixa. We'll go up here and we go south. And it's an old-time house on the east side of the road.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
They moved it from here. Oh, I sold it.
Yeah.
They moved it from here up there.
Yeah.
The house where I was born in 1910.
Well, let's talk about some of the music here now and everything too. All this, I could spend hours with you, Walter, on this, because I know so much about this country anyway, and you're just bringing things into my mind that I've heard about. But you started out with an old Stella guitar.
Yeah.
And then you got you ended up with an L, well, you got a Washburn, and then you had an L, what Gibson you ended up with. Well, you traded it off, didn't you?
Yeah. But
what was that, an L, what Gibson? L5?
Yeah,
L5.
I had the curl on it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And, I loved that guitar. It was nice.
Well, when did you meet Jude? I guess you knew Jude most of your life then, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we used to go fishing a lot together. And we played music nearly every 2 or 3 times a week.
Yeah.
We'd get together and play. And we played many, many square dance. Oh, it'd just be hard.
Yeah.
But I played with Lenny Hillshire
Yeah.
out at Frank Baum's dance hall for 2 winters.
That's Baum's Barn, isn't it?
Baum,
Yeah.
yeah, Lenny and Jude and I played there. And then I think later on in years, Art and Jude and I played there.
Mm-hmm.
I know we played out there on College Street.
Oh, the big old house that used to be out there?
Yeah.
Oh. Anyway, I know who you mean. I'll think of it after I leave here. Yeah, I went to school with one of the boys of that family. There was a whole bunch of kids in that family, and I went to school with one of them.
We played at Clear Creek a lot. And there's all them old time boys is gone, but me, there's Charlie Good.
Yeah, Jude talked about him a lot. What did he play? What did he play? Charlie Good.
Fiddle, he's
Yeah.
And his son, Lowell.
Yeah.
They moved away to Detroit. Lost track of him.
Mm-hmm.
Then there was Jack Fields.
Yeah.
He was a good fiddler.
Yeah, Jude said he was one of the best. He thought was really a good one. He liked to play with him, liked to second him.
And Lenny Hillshire. I played one of Lenny's old tunes, and he played with his little finger.
Yeah.
I've got one of his old fiddle tunes I used to play. I don't play much anymore, but anyhow, there's Hope Weatherman, Clay Gallup, Fred, Art.
What about blues? Did you play with him?
Yeah,
What about Willie Ballou and
Glenn?
Yeah.
Yeah, that Willie was a good fiddler. You ever hear him play?
On a tape?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
One Art made of he and Willie and Jude.
Yeah.
Somewhere down here, I've forgotten. Most of them on around Bull Creek's where they were from, but I didn't.
And Glenn Rickman.
Yeah, I knew Glenn real well.
Glenn was a good old time fiddler.
Yeah.
But I don't know. There was so many of them. There was Bud Davis that played fiddler. Cornelius Maynard.
Where were those guys from? Do you remember?
They were local around here.
Around Nixa.
Around Nixa here. And spent many a days down Rube Hedgepeth. Rube was a good fiddler, and every one of his children. He had 6 boys and 1 girl, and every one of them was good musicians.
Yeah.
There was Howard and Blond and Melton, Hugo and Claude. I used to go down there and stay all day and
Oh, yeah.
play music.
Yeah.
And learned a lot. And it was, I guess it was Hugo Hedgepeth that was the best mandolin player I ever heard. He was really good. He could pick a mandolin real good. But I don't know. Earl Morgan was a good fiddler. I played Zeb Tennis.
Yeah.
Played with Slim Wilson.
Now, did Zed Tennis, didn't he write that Finley River Blues?
Yeah,
Or?
sure did.
I thought he did.
You
What
know,
Art told me, I think. Art told me that one time.
I can remember him playing out at old Nixa, Harv Noakes' old Nixa Theater when he had wore knee breeches. He wasn't over 12 or 14 years old.
Yeah.
He was early.
What about Fred Kirchner? Do you know him?
Yeah. That's my wife's, Corey's aunt's husband, Bill Kirshner.
Ah,
Corey, you get that? Yep. I never did play with Bill Kirshner, but I knew him and been out there to the place. And, you know, that's there, out east of town there at the Kirshner's, was the first white man that ever come into Greene County. In the school, perhaps.
yeah.
According to the early.
Yeah.
Met a party of Indians there.
Yeah.
Picked up lead and
Yeah. Well, Kirshner lived out, did he live out by Pearson Creek, out in that area?
Yeah.
Well, see, I didn't know that. Now, is this Fred or is Fred?
Will.
Will, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
Bill. We call him Bill.
Bill, but if Fred was, you call Bill, in other words.
Yeah.
Same guy, okay.
No.
No.
Fred was a fiddler. He was, well, Bill was too, but Fred was a better fiddler.
Yeah, Fred's the one I've heard of.
Yeah. And his brother Bill married Corey's aunt.
And they lived out on Pearson Creek, out around that area.
Yeah, out there where them mines is.
Yeah, I know, I've been out there many a time.
There's a marker.
That's right.
I've got a lot of pictures and things I'll get and show them to you.
I'll tell you, I don't, well, of course, if you were mine to, if there were a lot of them, I've got the facilities to copy all this kind of stuff. And I'd make you an extra copy too, if you trust me to take them to town and copy them someday.
Look here. There's where they give me what I put in there.
Listen, I'll tell you, it's deposit slip.
Oh, was this it?
Yeah, this is it.
She give it back to me, huh?
Yeah. You can call back up there and tell her.
Oh, me.
Yeah. Cash your check and then give it back to you.
Well,
All this, there's so many things that happen. Old Sam Weatherman.
Yeah, I know a lot, I've heard a lot about him, yeah.
Big old mustache, and he looked like a bear. Big,
Yeah, I've
strong.
seen pictures of him, he's a big man, I know.
And old Hope, his son, Hope, hand, one of his hands as big as both of mine.
Yeah.
And he was a good guitar player. Old Hope.
Yeah, I've heard Art talk about him.
Yeah.
Jude too, Jude talked about him too. Well, Sam was quite a character too, wasn't he? Now, did you ever hear him play? He was way back there, I know. With,
Just barely can remember him playing the fiddler's contest. One time, Sam, Hope.
of course, Sam's almost a legend in this part of the country, that Bull Creek area and Spokane and
Yeah.
down from Ozarks and all that, playing for square dances and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard so many stories about him.
I spent some time with the Weavers up there
Yeah.
too, playing with them when they lived there in the Rock House on
Yeah.
Camel Street.
The old her place.
Yeah. They're all buried over there in the cemetery on the old highway north of Ozarks, over at the Weaver Cemetery.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, beyond.
Yeah, my aunt toured with them for about 3 years. She was just a young girl.
Yeah.
Ralph Foster brought her and 2 other girls down from St. Joe, and they were a trio that sang.
Oh.
And then she played piano and organ at KWTO for years,
Yeah.
up there with Paul Mitchell and all those people.
Yeah.
So I went to school with 2 of the Weaver boys to junior high, and they were still living at that big old house during the war there, and everything.
Yeah.
Now let me see who Jude had on. I didn't get all of his list of people here he talked about. Of course, some of these old boys had a little bit of problem with
Oh yeah.
Sam Witham, Fred Kirshner, Charlie Weaver. That's one of the Weavers, isn't it?
Yeah.
Charlie Good you talked about, and Baum's barn. What was Baum's name?
Frank.
Frank Baum, yeah. Lenny, of course, Wes Blakely. Do you know Wes Blakely? Blakely. Of course,
No.
Jude's older, you see. These might be some before your time even, some of these.
No.
Charlie Camel. Did you know Charlie Camel?
Yeah.
Was he from around over Ozark or Nixa? I knew one from Ozark, but I don't think that's the one. He was younger than me.
He lives up here towards Plainview, Camels did.
Yeah. Doc Carter. Did you know a Doc Carter?
Oh yeah.
He was a fiddler also.
Oh yeah. Now I think he was a veterinary too, kind of a
Okay.
chick-legged veterinary fella out there at Nixa.
Ralph Clevenger. Did you remember him?
No.
Okay. Alva Cruz
No.
or Herschel Crumley.
No.
See, these are the ones Jude was going way back, I bet, for some of these, because
Yeah.
Jude was quite a bit older than you. Bill Cook,
Yeah. Fiddling Bill Cook. I know him.
pretty good. Were these all pretty good fiddlers that you've known so far? Of course, some were better than others, I know, but
Oh, I'd say Fiddling Bill, he's just average run of
yeah.
the fiddlers.
Where was he from, Nixa or?
River Park.
Yeah.
He lived up there at River Park. You know where River Park is?
No.
You know where Steiner's Garden is?
Oh, yeah, yeah,
You know the old road that goes
yeah.
going up there, and there was a tavern there, and Fiddle Bill Cook lived in the house back up on the hill there.
Was that on the old highway or on the road that goes due east?
No,
The old highway, came and curved and then came around by the
Yeah.
Weaver place and then across the river.
yeah, that's on the old highway.
Old highway, okay. Seems to me I kind of remember as you came down off the hill and started, there was a building, a tavern of some kind up there. I'm
Yeah,
thinking
right.
in my mind, years, of course this is going back on.
Yeah,
Bill DeWitt,
yeah, I know him.
is he from Nixa too or around there?
Clever.
Clever.
The DeWitt's all down around Clever.
Yeah. And you talked about Ed and Jack Fields.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what are some funny things you remember, some incidents that happened that you can remember, either Jude or any of these guys, the Weathermans or the Blues, or did you know any Meadows that played
Yeah.
all around Ozark?
Yeah. I know one time, me and Howard Hedgepeth, he was one of the musicians from his dad's group. I know one time we went to Galena to a fiddler's contest. And they had a prize for the harmonica player, a prize for the best jig dancer, a prize for the best fiddler. And me and Howard went down there and we won all 3 prizes. I won the harmonica contest, and Howard done the best jig dancing and the best fiddling.
Well,
Again, we won all 3. And another time, this has been about 12, 14 years ago, I went down to Galena to the festival they was having.
yeah.
Well, they had a fiddler's contest. And they had 3 prizes, and they only had 2 fiddlers. So I told my wife, Mac McCurry, I said, if that man let me have his fiddle, I'll be the 3rd fiddler. I parted his fiddle and played and got 3rd prize.
Heck, yes.
in that contest. Oh, outside of the old fist fights and knockdown drag out.
Yeah.
Why, everybody had a good time. I guess my best years of playing was with Earl Morgan and Jude.
Yeah.
We won enough local contests. We got to go to state contest in Jefferson City.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah, and we played up there.
That'd be in the 20s,
No,
30s?
That was back in 40s. Early
40s, okay.
40s. I
Okay.
got a record of it.
Yeah, yeah.
And we didn't, there's some guy from Franklin up there, I don't know what his purse singer,
Yeah. Cleo Persinger?
Bill purse singer. I think he won the first prize, and we got third prize. Earl Morgan got third prize.
Yeah.
Yeah, we played a lot together, Earl Morgan and Jude and I. You know, we played up Clear Creek, out at Ritz Club on.
That's what we were trying to think of, the Ritz Club.
Was that it?
That's what we were trying to think of, out on College Street.
Yeah.
That was the Ritz Club, yeah. Yeah, I can't remember what the family's name was that had that, but I went to school with two of their boys in high school.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that big old 3-story house out there, great big thing.
Yeah, Art played out there too. We
Yeah.
played with Art some out there.
Well, how long Emmanuel Wood, what about Emmanuel? Do you know him a lot of years too?
I wasn't too well acquainted then until later years.
Until he started his hockey
old,
thing?
yeah.
Yeah. Well, this country's sure changing, there's no doubt about that. You know, another place I've always heard some stories about is that church over here west of you. Of course, all I ever heard it called was Bloody Ridge Church. You know the one I'm talking about? Over there where you start before you get to Otto Ridge. Getting it, go in there. I always heard they had some problems over there. Well, rowdies would come along when they were having churches and cause trouble, and they finally had something happen. They called it Bloody Ridge or something.
Yeah. Out there was little Ed Young too. I forgot to mention him. He was a good fiddler, and I played a lot.
Where was he from?
He lived west here about 2 miles.
Yeah.
Him and I played for schools, pie suppers, last day schools. I guess there wasn't a schoolhouse in this area that we didn't play.
Yeah. You mostly second him on the guitar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that little fiddler Ned Young. He was one of my good buddies. Him and Jude, I guess, he's about the best guys that I played with. I was just trying to think who I thought was one of the better ones of all I knew, of all the better ones, and I guess it would have to be Jack Fields.
Jude said that too. Said he was one of the best he played with.
I'd have to say that Jack Fields was one of the better ones. It was really good. Now, you know Melton Hedgesmith, don't you? He plays out here at the senior citizens on.
I think I've met him, but it's been so many years that I did think. I don't know if he came to Manuel's or not. There were some Meltons and Haygoods and Hedgepaths that used to come over to Manuel's, but I don't remember now who.
I don't think Melton.
He may not have been. No, I don't guess I know him then.
He's the youngest one of the Hedgesmith tribe, and he's pretty sickly now. He's just about quit playing.
Yeah.
He's got to where he can't play too much. And we used to. Then Ed Young and Sleepy John Maynard would come by here and say, we're going to Capernaum Schoolhouse, play for pie supper. You want to go along? Of course I would. I'd grab the old banjo that back then I was playing banjo. Sleepy John was a guitar player. And he just played a common guitar, nothing extra special. But you know that big old harp guitar that what's his name had down on the corner of Walnut and Camel when he had that second-hand store?
Oh, that's Ike Martin's. Ike Martin?
No,
Walnut?
this is on the corner of northwest corner of Camel
Walnut.
and Walnut. There's a pawn shop in there.
Okay.
You,
All right.
You've seen that old harp guitar, haven't you?
Art had one. I had a Gibson harp guitar. Art had one years and years and years ago.
Well, it might have been the same one.
Might have been.
But I had to change to buy that for $200. It was a Gibson. But the last account I hear, this Voltal music shop,
Oh,
he had it,
yeah.
and somebody stole it. Broke in there and stole it.
That wouldn't be the one Art had then, because Art John, or his oldest boy got it, Tommy.
He's got it now?
Well, he's probably sold it now. I don't know. But Art had, last I knew, Art had one. I don't know whose it was, but he had one.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
Big old thing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's the only one I've ever seen, other than pictures of him, you know.
I think there was only one in the area.
Well, Art had this one.
Well, he might have
This
owned
one?
it. He might have owned it one time.
Yeah.
But I remember
I don't remember him selling it or anything. He might.
Whole brother was the first one I ever seen play it. He played the fiddler's contest at Nixa. Boy, we thought that was something.
Well, I would too if I saw one now. There's not enough of them around there.
Yeah. You can visit Corrine, I'll
Okay.
get some of them pictures.
Okay. All right. Well, now Walter told me you had Kirchners in your family too.
Mhm.
Well, see, I always heard Fred Kirchner's tune. Art played a ragtime tune called Fred Kirchner's tune, and said Fred used to play up here at Baum's Barn a lot.
Oh,
Art knew him real well, I guess.
did you know Bill Kirshner that lived out in Turner Station? Had that,
Uh-uh.
lived right there on the railroad track and the river running.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
they were brothers, I think, Fred and,
Yeah. Well, he was telling me Bill was one that lived out there near where Schoolcraft came up to the lead mines out there on Pearson Creek.
well, that's where Uncle Bill
Okay.
lived.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's places everywhere they mine, you know, big.
Yeah, I used to go out there when I was in grade school, even during the war. I'd get on, we'd ride our bikes out there. You know, it's wondered if my mother had known we were out there around those mine shafts, she'd have had a fit.
Well, you know, the cemetery got closed. Did you ever see it?
Might have, but I can't remember now.
There's where Uncle Bill's wife was buried, up on that hill,
Uh-huh.
that cemetery.
Uh-huh.
That was Mother's sister.
Yeah. That's early settlements out there. You know, the Danforth farms up in there, and that's one of the earliest settlements
Yeah.
in that area too.
We went out there here a while back, but it didn't look like it was when I was
Oh,
there.
it's all houses now. It's all
Yeah,
just
and
subdivision.
they changed the railroad track.
Yeah, everything's different now. Road changed the highway too. Schweitzer Road, which is now Sunshine, and they changed it, you know, and everything.
Yeah, not the same. Nothing
No.
the same.
No, that's true. But then you, way back, you had Paynes too in your family. Way back, I mean.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Archie Ball was my great-grandfather. My mother was his daughter. My grandmother was his daughter.
Okay. Huh.
And she married McCroskey,
Yeah.
Grandma.
I went to school with him across.
Which one?
Gosh, I can't remember now. He'd be about 70 now. So he lived on Camel Street, where the only thing left of their place there now, that McCroskey place, he used to sell bait.
Oh, Billy Claude?
Yeah, Bill, yeah.
He died, you know.
No, I didn't know. That'd be the one I went, dark-haired boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to school with
He
him.
buried down in Patterson here. He died last year, I believe.
Oh, see, I didn't catch that.
He had a heart attack.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
I went to school with him. And of course, the only thing left, that one little wood shed there, that was behind their house, you know. That's where they used to have a lot of the bait and stuff they sold.
Yeah.
And now, of course, that's an orchard now. I mean, a nursery.
Yeah.
It's a nursery now. Yeah,
Yeah. I forgot that Bill had that, but I remember now.
yeah, yeah. So you lived here all your life too, haven't you?
Oh, I was raised up on the Plainview Road.
Yeah.
My grandmother lived on the Plainview Road in an old house. Did you know the Aitons, Tom Aiton?
Yeah, I may have. I knew some people that lived along that Plainview, because I met them through Comer.
Yeah.
And I used to go out there with Comer on, and he'd take me around, we'd chasing coyotes, and he stopped and introduced me to these different families that lived along in there, you know. Of course, that's really changed over in there now. Those are all farms, just fields, you know, woods then.
Yeah.
Now they're big subdivisions in there.
Yeah. Well, sure don't look the same.
No, no.
And that we went to the Plainview School. It was up on the corner where that, what's the name of that store there? I can't think of nothing anymore.
Oh,
But
yeah.
anyway, that's where I went to school,
Yeah.
Plainview. It burned. It
Yeah.
burned.
Yeah.
But my dad lived just east, not very far back, but you can't even tell where his house is
Yeah.
at. It's all built up.
Yeah, I know, it's just, where I am on this. I've got quite a bit to do here.
You used to live over on Lawrence Street over in that way somewhere?
That my dad did, and I lived about 1 year there when I was senior in high school. Well, I lived there a couple of years. Yeah, we lived on the corner of Lorne and Jefferson, just south of Grand, the first block south of Grand.
I worked for a lady, Mrs. Powell, Bill Powell, they owned the
Well, that's really familiar, that name.
Herman Lumber Company.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's on east of me.
Oh.
Now, her granddaughter is a close friend of my son. They were. Her name's Lawson. Mary Powell was Mary Lawson now. All right.
That's her daughter.
Okay. And then I see Bill and
Harris.
yeah. See them every once in a while. Yeah.
Well, I worked with her for a long
Yeah,
time.
yeah, they're nice people.
Yeah.
Nice people. And then her mother lived behind him there in that big old house. I remember Herman.
She passed away.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but I see Mary quite often, and I see one of her brothers every once in a while. I'll run into him.
Well, Miss Powell, I talked to her once in a while, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
They go to Florida every year, but she said she thought it'd be the last year they'd go. Mr. Powell ain't too well.
No.
And
And yet last year, I've forgotten what he did, was playing football with one of the grandchildren when he shouldn't have been, or playing ball or something and fell, and either broke or strained himself real bad. I've forgotten what they said he did. But no, I think he had a heart flare-up.
yeah.
Here's an earlier picture of the Hayden family. You might.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Now, see, all right, I went to school with, that's Charlie, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's Charlie Hayden.
Yeah.
Oh, he was a year behind me in school.
Yeah.
And she was a couple of years ahead of me, the girl here.
Where'd you go to school?
Senior high school then,
Oh,
Springfield.
where's that picture?
Well, this is the Hayden family. They lived in Springfield.
Oh.
And here's our contest at Jeff City States Builders.
Oh, yeah.
Earl Morgan, I, and
Yeah.
Jude. You can't see Jude, you just see the corner of his
Yeah,
hat.
that's you right here, isn't it?
Yeah. Just see the corner of his hat.
Well, heck.
And I think that's a picture, I don't know, maybe he wrote on the back where it's at.
Just says your name.
Yeah.
You know, I never heard Jude. I heard him play the fiddle, but it was when he was losing. He couldn't play it much anymore, you know.
Yeah.
So all I really ever heard him play was that banjo he had tuned up like the top strings of a guitar. Yeah, that's a good picture.
Yeah.
Where was that taken?
That's about Square on
Is that Jude?
Springfield. Yeah. Yeah. Fiddler's contest on Square.
But I'll bet you. Oh yeah, here it is. 1971.
Yeah, there's that harp guitar.
Yeah. Well, now Art's was, I'm thinking, maybe it was dark. Seems to me Art's was lighter colored, maybe not.
That was always dark one night.
Yeah. 1980. Huh.
And that middle end is little fiddling little Ed Young. He played a lot with him.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. Maples. See, my wife's aunt married a Maples, Byron Maples.
Barn?
Lived over on ZZ.
Yeah, I've heard
Yeah.
of Barn.
Yeah, that's my wife. Of course, they owned that. His mother owned that Delaware Bottom. His mother and dad there for a lot of years. You know.
Yeah, old Tim Maples.
Yeah, we used to have picnics over there. The family did.
Is that
See,
right?
my mother-in-law's a Little,
Yeah.
Zola Little, and Roy Pierce was my father-in-law.
Oh,
Did you know Roy?
oh, yeah,
Well, Roy was my father-in-law, and I married Mona, his daughter.
yeah. Joe, do you know Joe Little?
Well, let's see. There's
Clever?
2 Joe Littles. Yeah.
Dixie Evans, she passed away here.
Yeah.
Here's an earlier picture of me playing.
Oh, and a harmonica too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's me and my mom.
Well.
That's me and my older brother went squirrel hunting.
Was you any kin to the Mitchums?
To the who?
Mitchum?
Meachams?
Uh-huh.
No, my wife is. One of the Meachams married a Little, I think.
Yeah, that's Joe's,
Okay, and then now who just died? Lloyd,
Yeah,
last week or 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and then the younger one's the one my wife went to school. They're the same age.
yeah, well, their sister's a good friend of ours. She usually
Yeah.
calls me every day. I'm surprised she hasn't called today.
Who's that now?
She married a Moore, Ruth Moore. She was Ruth Mitchum.
Okay, I'll have to tell. Now my wife, she'll know all these names.
Yeah.
She'll know all these names.
here's my pride and joy, right there.
Oh yeah,
That's it, Gibson.
Yeah.
L5.
yeah. See, I've got a J50 that I played with Art all those years,
Yeah,
and now I'm playing a 0018, 1943 0018 Martin.
yeah.
Got a good sound to it.
I don't know, Maple Leaf Rag, there's Scott Johnson.
Yeah, yeah,
Park on him.
yeah.
What's this old picture down there?
They took some crazy pictures. That's little Ed Young there, fiddler.
Yeah.
Walter? That's the old picture there.
Dad.
They used to always have pictures taken with a gun, with their pistol, you know, or something. Remember, I've seen a lot of those.
That's me and my little dog Brownie, Blackie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's on this piece of property, isn't it?
yeah.
Wow,
Yeah,
baby.
that's back. See what this is. Oh, that's a car somebody had wrecked. That's a bridge car.
And what do you
Yeah.
say your wife's name was?
Mona Pierce,
Pierce.
P-E-A-R-C-E. You know Laura Little? Did you ever know Laura? Lived over at 14 and B.
I know Cal Pierce. Cal Pierce.
Yeah, I never knew him. I never knew him. But her uncle was Bip Lawrence Pierce. They called him Bip.
Yeah.
Yeah, he lived over on CC.
That's when I won the state
You
harmonica
help me
contest.
remember that and I'll tell her.
Yeah,
Down at the old Jefferson Theater,
I'll be.
I won.
Yeah,
I won.
18 years old.
I was born. Yep, that's.
Tell you, you find that other bunch of pictures, and what I'll do, if you trust me with them, I mean, other than the act of God, they'll get back to you, you know, if lightning hit me or something. But I'll take these in and I'll make these, blow them up, some of them for you, and make them where you can make a little book out of them for your family, instead of just scattered like this, you know.
Yeah.
Because I see that's where my company does. That's what we do,
Oh,
is copy stuff like this. See, when I first met Art and Jude was down at Ozarks in 1975, and that's when I got involved with all this,
Oh.
and I started taping this music to learn the tunes, because I didn't know. I'd quit playing the guitar for, 25 years, you know, and never did play this kind of stuff anyway, fiddle music. It was always, in high school and college, we'd play Nashville stuff, you know. And so I started taping it, and the more I taped, the more I realized how many tunes these guys knew, you know. Well, now, I've got about 3,000 hours of tape,
oh,
and it's all transcribed, it's all in notebooks, and now I'm putting it on my computer. SMS wants it dearly, Library of Congress wants it, Western Manuscripts at the University of Missouri want it.
Oh.
I'm not sure yet, but that's where all this goes. I just don't take this stuff and then throw it in a box somewhere.
Here's where Jude won first place in the fiddler's contest.
Yeah.
That's just about
Yeah.
it, Gordon. I think that's about all the pictures I got
Oh,
of mine.
of music, yeah, stuff. Well,
I think that's about all of it. Yeah.
well, if you'd ever trust me to take these, I'll
Well-
make you a bunch of copies, and of course I'll make myself a copy too to put in my record, you know.
And I'd like to have them all in one bunch.
That's what I mean. And they'd all be, I'd make them all the same size, and then I'd ring bind them for you. Make you a little book out of them. I'd just put them in, and why don't you just hold them and see if you find any more that you'd like to put in with that stuff. And then I'll call you in a day or two and come pick them up and bring them back to you the same day.
Well, I'll put these in a separate envelope.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, now what's that here? Is that something you'd like to have a copy of?
Well, I've got copies of
Okay.
it. But west of here, about 3 miles, there was a school called Lone Hill. In 1897, I believe it was. My dad there, teacher.
Yeah.
Them were all going to school then.
Gosh, how would you, did you know Mabel Hall, Tuffy Hall's wife?
Seemed like that rings
She
a
was,
bell.
Shirts was her name. She was from over around Ozarks originally.
Mabel Hall.
Mabel Hall, Tuffy Hall, who was superintendent of schools somewhere around in here for you. He just passed away not too long ago. She taught school over at Salem.
Yeah?
No, Smyrna. On the old Smyrna Road there, past Riverside. She
Yeah.
taught school at that Smyrna school on your way to Linden there, you know.
Yeah.
And then she taught a couple other schools around in here. And I've seen a picture of her with her students, but there wasn't this many at all.
They were 8th grade. They had taught teach to the 8th grade, didn't they?
Well, yeah, that's the whole thing. That's from the littlest ones to the,
Dad said some of them old boys back there was 21, 22
Yeah.
years old going to school.
well, when you get those, I'll take that and I'll blow that up a little bit too and make you a copy like that. That'd be something nice for the history people to have, you know, around here, since you know the.
If you wanted a copy, you could, but I've got copies, so.
No, I'll make a copy. I'll blow it up a little bit. I'll make it a little bigger so it'll be a little easier to see.
Yeah. Well, I've got the names, you see, I've got them all numbered,
Yeah.
and I've got the names on a separate sheet in there.
Well, I want to get that sheet too and put it with it too.
Oh.
If you don't mind now, because this stuff gets lost so easy, you know, and then people are like this Patterson, being the oldest thing over there, say, somebody found some record that maybe wasn't wrong, and that isn't right, you know.
Well, according to my grandpa, and them, he was a friend of the Owens and Pattersons. And according to him, John Patterson lived right west of the cemetery, and Pettijohn lived in a house on the road between Patterson and the river, is Patterson Springs, where they used to have picnics and reunions and
Yeah.
baptizings
Yeah.
and everything. And Pettijohn lived on that road. And
They both probably traded some with the Indians and the other people coming up the river, you know.
Well, is Pettijohn buried over there at Patterson?
I can't come down that road by what I think of John Patterson, Pettijohn, Archibald Payne. The first ones is in that area. Of course, Archibald was over across the river, southeast, over there on the hill where the silo is, as you go back to the island. And Mr. and Miss Holt, when they first got married, they settled there in that. I had a picture of that, I'm not sure. They settled there and lived in that old house. And
You just stick that in there too, so you'll know if you wanted to call me for any reason why.
okay.
My phone number and everything. Oh, I'd love to have those copies of that stuff of you and Jude and those other old fiddlers there. I'd really, that's
Why don't you
really
just take this now? I don't,
Okay, well, let me just take it now and I'll bring it back to you tomorrow then.
No, you don't have to bring it back.
Yeah, I will.
tomorrow.
I don't like these are originals, you know, and I hate
But,
to.
We'll be gone tomorrow.
Okay, well, I'll call you I'll catch you when, let's see, I'll be here on Saturday.
We'll be here late tomorrow evening.
Yeah, will you be here Saturday, probably?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'll be going to the lake, so I'll just swing over by here and drop it up. Now, did you put that old school picture in there? Yeah. Yeah, you did. Here it is.
Is it?
Yeah. You don't know where the list is, do you, of the, if it's easy to get. Now, don't fool with it if it's not easy to
I
get.
think I've got it right
For your trouble here, I hope I didn't wear you out, Walter. It's been
No.
good to visit with you again. I always have such a good time with you, and I always think of you and Jude, you know.